We're starting out 2015 with the bang. The time for deliberation is over, and both Samsung and HTC are about to pounce on the market, hoping to slash as big a share as possible. But if your current daily driver is starting to feel a bit dated, and ready for an upgrade, it'll be up to you to pick between the two teams, and that's hardly ever a trivial task with high-end devices. With the Galaxy S6 Edge, Samsung is impressing upon the public that it is both capable and willing to change if its fan base, and stockholders, requires it to. To that end, the Galaxy S6 Edge comes in an unmistakably premium unibody that fuses glass and metal together and adds a display such as we have never seen before, one that has both its sides sloping towards the edges. Better yet, Samsung has finally addressed complaints relating to its heavy touch was overlaid, with a number of optimizations having been carried out. All of this is rounded off with some truly bleeding-edge hardware having found its way onto the screen. With every new Galaxy S release, Samsung has historically built upon the base by refining what's already there and adding some extra on top. This time around, however, the company wasn't content with just another revolutionary change. It went ahead with the clear aim of revolutionizing its smartphone design efforts. To that end, instead of the plasticky shell of the Galaxy S5, Samsung has adopted a metal frame that hugs the device and a sloping screen all over and nestles within two sheets of Corning Gorilla Glass 4, one placed in front of the curvy display, and the other to protect the rear. Samsung didn't stop there, instead opting to carve several nano-layers into the shell. The result is a phone that reflects light in different hues depending on your viewing angle. As it comes down to taste, this can be viewed as either ostentatious and tacky, or unique and attractive. Regardless of which group you fall in, it's quite likely that you will not appreciate the ease with which the rear smudges. Just a few minutes with the phone leaves the back a complete mess. The Galaxy S6 Edge and One M9 both stick to the same display sizes introduced by their predecessors, but the two still differ vastly. With its new flagship, HTC is again making use of an SLCD 3-panel with a 5-inch diagonal and 1080 by 1920 resolution, good for 441 pixels per inch. In Samsung's camp, we're looking at a 5.1-inch Super AMOLED display that slopes to the sides, but unlike the one embedded within its predecessor, we now have the whopping 1440 by 2560 pixels. Or an even greater pitch of 577 pixels. Regardless, do keep in mind that due to the small physical size of these screens, that supposed advantage in pixel density is almost entirely limited to bragging rights on paper. While the Galaxy S6 Edge's Exynos chipset proves a great alternative to the Snapdragon 810 and the One M9, it's Samsung's incredibly fast new storage solutions that gives it an edge over its competitor. So, do you value camera performance and battery life above all else? The Galaxy S6 Edge, then, is the obvious choice. It steamrolls the One M9's unsatisfying, 20-megapixel shooter, and manages almost an hour longer on our battery life test. It also has the slightly larger display, which is notably superior to its competitor's solution when set to basic mode. Are you more intrigued by the design work that goes into your gadget? Is sound quality an overly important consideration for you? And are you annoyed by software gimmicks? If you mentally noted a yes whilst going through those three questions, then your choice is fairly straightforward, and its name is HTC One M9. Indeed, while Samsung has spent considerably amount of effort trying to classy up the Galaxy S6 Edge, and we sure dig the futuristic-looking display, the M9's full aluminum unibody is uncompromisingly beautiful, and comes with none of the oily mess that is the S6 Edge's back. What's more, the One M9 is a far superior platform for listening to music, whether you go wired or not. Ultimately, point for point, the Galaxy S6 Edge is the superior device of the two. But it's not the classier, a subtle, but important difference. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Love you all.